So I know this is going to seem like a first world problem, but if you have Netflix and you're watching a movie or watching a TV series and then it's over and you're now looking for the next thing to watch, what Netflix does, they have a pretty sophisticated algorithm. They make suggestions. And algorithms are getting smarter and smarter all the time. So when I saw this story, I thought, okay, we need to talk about this because I wasn't even aware of this. There is a new thing. It's called Gatsby TV, as in the Great Gatsby, Gatsby TV. And I'm trying to understand exactly what it does. So we thought we would ask Gatsby Frimpong, who's
We
the
know who
co-founder,
it's named after.
co-founder and CEO of Gatsby TV, to explain. Gatsby, welcome to the show. I'll tell you, I went on your homepage, and maybe this describes it best because someone posted, I guess, having used your service, your app. They say, this app consolidated all my streaming accounts to a single screen. I can now share new shows and movies with friends, connect with others, messaging to discuss content, etc. So what you've done here, you're acting kind of like, I guess in a sense, an aggregator of all streaming services. Is that close?
Yeah, no, 100%. What the app does really well is essentially three things. It allows people to aggregate all of their streaming platforms and to search for TV shows and movies all in one place. Secondly, it allows them to have a aggregated watch list, so you can have things from HBO or Hulu, Netflix, et cetera, all in one place in your watch list. And the third thing it allows you to do is send recommendations to friends, family members, whoever it may be in your social network.
Okay, so that sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds good because I was saying earlier, Gatsby, that I get very overwhelmed, generally speaking, trying to choose what to watch, and that there's just such a huge array of everything under the sun that you could possibly, that might appeal to you, might not. And by the time I get through scrolling, I'm fed up. I don't even want to watch anything. So this basically eliminates that. It tells you, okay, you're going to like this, and other people in your life might like this as well, right?
Yeah, 100%. So within the English-speaking world, there's about 500,000 plus TV shows and movies. So that's quite a lot of different movies and TV shows to get through. And via some of our research and surveys that we've done with people, what we've actually come to find out is that people are spending, on average, 30 to 40 minutes just looking for something to watch.
Yep.
And so the problem isn't necessarily the amount of content when we have over 500,000 English-speaking shows. It's just more so trying to find that content or the right content for the individual.
So we mentioned off the top, so Netflix's algorithm basically tries to do that based on what it knows you've already watched. That's somewhat sophisticated. Yours would be different. How? I put all the streaming services into your app, and then what? Then the group of people who also have your app will be sort of logging in, making suggestions based on what I've seen?
Yeah, no problem at all. So essentially the way that the Netflix algorithm works, and I've actually gone to Stanford and the University of California, Berkeley, and worked on recommendation systems and data science. And so for the most part, the way these recommendation systems work is they look at what you've done in the past, and they try to use that in order to predict what you watch in the future. So if you watch a lot of action adventure, then it'll do something like that. Whatever it may be. But for the most part, what I've come to find out is that inherently almost all recommendation systems that are currently being used on the internet are flawed. And the big flaw is this, is that in the technology industry, we spend so much time trying to take humans out of the process that we forget that the humans are the start of the process. And what essentially I mean by that is, let's say, for instance, and I've been up to Montreal a few times, so there's a restaurant in the Old Port called Mode Vie, which I really love. And so if I'm meeting up with a friend there and they're telling me about a TV show or movie, what generally happens is that I have to store this recommendation in my short-term or essentially long-term memory. And for most people, that's pretty hard. They forget. So they sit down 10, 12, 24 hours later, and they say, hey, I want to watch something, and they totally forgot about that new show, Bridgerton, or whatever it may be. So what this allows a user to do is take that offline recommendation and send it via the application. And the application, next time you open it up, will say, yes, you've been recommended this by your father-in-law or cousin or friend, whatever it may be, and it sits right there and you can open it up.
Gatsby, at what point does this get creepy or a little bit invasive?
From our perspective, not necessarily creepy or invasive, because we're not tracking what you're doing in terms of looking at what you've done in the past and trying to make predictions. What we're saying is that, hey, if your cousin, your partner, your best friend recommended you a movie, that's the person who's actually making the recommendation to you, not a computer. All we're doing is allowing you to view it on one single platform and then launch the TV show or movie from there and then cast it to your TV.
So it's less creepy than the algorithms in reality.
Yes, 100%. And again, the big thing is to take essentially the computers out of the process and make it actually the natural process, which is humans are generally recommending things to each other. And all the Netflix algorithm is doing actually is you say, oh, okay, I've heard of this new TV show or movie. X person told me about it, and oh yeah, I see it in the trending things or top 10 things on Netflix. And that's generally how you're getting these recommendations. They're not necessarily recommending something new to you haven't heard of.
Right.
They're just reminding you of something that you've heard of before from someone.
So I'm going to guess then the bigger your actual base is, the better it gets, right? The more people you have who have this app or sharing all this information makes it even more accurate. How big is your sort of membership now, if you can call, what do you call it?
Yeah, so right now we're approaching 100,000 users, and I think that the thing that separates this from the apps that currently exist today is this is not about collecting as many followers or whoever it may be as possible. This is more so about micro-communities. And when I say micro-communities, what I'm saying is that the connections between you, your partner, your children, your best friend, your cousins, your parents, whatever it may be, that's all you need in this app, because you're most likely not going to follow or watch something that someone you don't know is suggesting, but you are very likely actually to watch a show that your best friend has recommended to you, because at the end of the day, your best friend knows you and what you're more likely to watch better than any algorithm ever could, and that's what we're trying to bring back into the process.
So I can see, Aaron, I'm looking at you, because someone like you would be all over this. You're always telling me what you've watched and what you think would be good. But for someone like me, I feel like there's an additional effort involved. I like the idea of someone recommending things to me, perhaps, because I can be passive, but in terms of actively playing the role and recommending it to others. So does it work, Gatsby, with someone like me who I just don't have the time or the energy really to do it? But Aaron totally does. So can it be a one-way street, so to speak?
Yeah, 100% a one-way street. So what would happen in this specific case is Aaron's telling you about a new TV show or movie, and then he'll send a recommendation to you, and the next time you open up the app, voila, it'll be right there for you. And not only does it show you the TV show or movie, but it'll tell you all the various ratings across Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, and then also where you can watch the TV show for free via subscription, or where you can buy it too.
That's cool.
So is the app free?
Yes, the app is free, and it's available in the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. All you have to type in is Gatsby TV and download it.
So my next question is, how are you going to make money with this, or is that part of the plan here or not?
So right now, the plan is to essentially have a beer-free app, and the monetization comes a lot later, but it's far too complicated to probably tell you within the next minute or so.
Okay.
How you're going to make money?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the goal.
Yeah.
Ultimately, though, that is the goal. You're not, I mean, it's a wonderful thing you're doing this for free, but ultimately you want to be able to make money with this, I guess.
Yes,
Okay.
no, 100%.
Okay.
And maybe if I could distill it in maybe a 15-second response.
Yeah.
The idea here is just that in terms of the way that TV works today is, let's say, for instance, you're sitting down and you're watching an American football game. It's the Giants versus the LA Rams. You're going to get truck commercial after beer commercial, truck commercial after beer commercial. And it's all because essentially they don't know the audience on the other side that's watching it. They just know there's a specific demographic that likes beer and likes trucks. And what we're going to introduce sometime down the road is the ability for these networks to give specific targeted advertising to the users on the other side. So rather than a truck beer commercial, maybe one person gets a Lululemon commercial, another person gets a TELUS commercial, et cetera. It'll change.
That's very cool.
That's where this university education goes.
So I will ask, do you have venture capitalists, any angel investors in this business yet, or are you planning to?
No, I've just been burning my own money. So that's where I'm at today, essentially just giving it as a free service. But we are actually launching a roadshow into finding investors for the app later on this fall in order for us to grow our user base from the hundreds of thousands to the millions, and then hopefully within the next few years, billions.
Well done, Gatsby. That's pretty cool. And before we let you go,
I'm downloading it right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised. And Aaron's probably going to try and get in on the venture capital aspect of things too while we're at it. I have to ask you about your name. You have the best name ever, Gatsby Frimpong. Where does that come from?
I mean, it's essentially me trying to channel not only my own name, but what the app is going to be, which is great. But yeah, it is something that my parents chose to name me. So it's just, I guess, been a name that I've had since birth.
It's wonderful.
And, maybe there'll be a junior coming someday, but at least not now.
Hey, listen, good luck with this thing. It's a very, very cool idea, especially for people who watch a lot of Netflix and that kind of stuff. So good for you. Gatsby TV. You can download it on the App Store, on the Google Play Store. Good luck. All the best. Wish you all the best.
All right. Thank you.
Take good care. All right.
Thanks for your time. Gatsby Frimpong.
TV.
He's the co-founder and CEO of Gatsby TV.
Gatsby Frimpong.
Best name ever.
Absolutely.